States of America. This is WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida. Radio Miami International. You can find out more about WRMI at our website, WRMI.net. That's WRMI.net. Visit our website and share your QSL reports. This is WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida.
Radio Slovakia International. Slovakia Today. Constitutional Court clarifies its decision about the penal...
So this is Radio Slovakia on the Tecsun S-2200x. It's funny because tonight there's what is an over-the-horizon radar on the frequency. So if we move, that's the buzzing you hear. If we go above, so you can hear that there's the over-the-horizon radar about 20-30 kHz wide, pretty much centered on WRMI's frequency tonight, which makes it difficult to sometimes hear the programming. So this is Radio Slovakia English on WRMI. This is not a jammer. I know a lot of people jump on the occasion and say, oh, jammer. It's not a jammer. It's just that somebody has decided that the over-the-horizon radar is on that frequency. It could be propagation related. Maybe it's there often, but just not heard in North America. That could be just propagation happening. But it is kind of annoying tonight. So still playing with the, I will call it pretty amazing Tecsun S-2200x. I'm almost in love with the radio, so it's really cool what Tecsun did with this. Of course, my review is coming up. It will be probably Monday or Tuesday because I really want to make really good tests before I say what I have to say on this radio. So Radio Slovakia English via WRMI.
At the same time, the European Commission issued 7 recommendations for Slovakia in its annual report on the rule of law in EU member states. The recommendations for Slovakia follow on from last year's, which Slovakia implemented either partially or not at all. The recommendations concern, among other things, the independence of Slovak judiciary. Slovakia may take retaliatory measures against Ukraine for its recent decision to hold the transport of Lukoil oil to Slovakia, said President Peter Pellegrini. He said that Ukraine's decision to end the flow of oil to Slovakia and Hungary undermines good neighborly relations between the countries. Last week, Premier Robert Fico spoke on the phone with the Ukrainian counterpart Denis Shmyhal. He criticized the inclusion of the Russian company Lukoil on the sanctions list. The oil imported by this company is used by the Slovak refinery in Bratislava. In Fico's view, the sanction doesn't harm the Russian Federation, but rather several EU member countries. The Slovak power utility company Slovenské elektrárne and French company Framatome signed a deal on the delivery of nuclear fuel for 2 Slovak nuclear power plants. Nuclear power plants pose a mainstay of the energy mix in Slovakia. The first deliveries of fuel from the French company are slated to take place in 2027. 3 Slovak MEPs from the Progressive Slovakia Party and Renew Europe Liberal faction were elected vice chairs of 3 different committees of the European Parliament, the one on the regional development, the Economic and Monetary Affairs Committee, and the Committee on Budget. The agenda of the latter also includes the recovery plan and the rule of law conditionality mechanism, which are key for Slovakia. Each committee has its chair and 4 vice chairs. They will occupy their posts for 2.5 years and can be subsequently re-elected. For the first time in the history of Slovakia, the court decided that the police had acted in a discriminatory manner during their intervention in a Roma settlement. The act took place over 9 years ago in a village in eastern Slovakia. 15 Roma people ended up in hospital after the police intervention. The Ministry of Interior of the Slovak Republic has appealed against the court's ruling. At the same time, last week, the Council of Europe Commissioner for Human Rights, Michael O'Flaherty, called on the Slovak authorities to urgently address the terrible living conditions of thousands of Roma. The Office of the Government Plenipotentiary for Roma Communities said they are making every effort to help Roma communities through European Union funding and subsidy schemes under its remit. The first two F-16 fighter jets from USA landed at the military airport in Kuchyňa, a village near Malacky. They are to replace the previous MiG-29 models that were about to reach the end of their service. These are the first two of 14 aircraft ordered in 2018. Their delivery was delayed because of the pandemic. And Ukraine should receive an additional 8 Zuzana II howitzers produced in Slovakia based on an order financed by Norway, Denmark and Germany by the end of this year. A rainbow flag with a national emblem that was used by some participants in the Rainbow Pride March last Saturday angered some government politicians. Environment Minister Tomáš Taraba even filed a criminal complaint for defamation of state symbols. However, criminal law expert Tomáš Strémy explains that a crime of defamation of state symbols does not exist. The Slovak National Party said it is preparing a new law regarding